Hello YouTube family, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, my name is Sharita and welcome. And in today's video, I'm going to give you my masterpiece vanilla fragrances. I asked you all if this is something that you wanted to see because I've done so many vanilla fragrance videos in the past, but I haven't done a masterpiece vanillas. So out of the many vanillas I have, I feel like these are the most special and I am completely and utterly obsessed with these. I feel like all of these have been in my collection for at least a solid year, or coming up on a year. So I know them very well and they are just probably ones that will always stand the test of times. They will be repurchases and I don't ever want to be without them. And so without further ado, let's go ahead and jump right into today's video. All right, you guys, so as always, be sure that you are subscribed to the channel, and if you find any value in the content along the way, please give your girl a big thumbs up. And the lippy is also Sephora brand and it is in the shade Cherry Moon. All right, so the first vanilla fragrance I want to touch on is going to be probably one of my earliest editions of niche vanillas. Everyone will go on and on about this vanilla. So many people have it in like vanilla holy grails, and if I'm not mistaken, I blind bought this and no regrets. TIHOTA by Indult is so simple, but it's so beautiful. It's from the nose of Francis Kirk Johns. I just feel like as simple as it is, it just makes it so beautiful. If you're a lover of musk, if you love a straightforward vanilla, if you want something with, some really light woods, then I think that this will be a love for you. It's sugary sweet. The only notes I think that are listed are sugar, vanilla, white woods, and white musk. It's very white. It's very gourmand, sugary sweet, and it's not a lot else to it. Okay, we're talking vanilla extract, sugar with some woods, but the musk makes it very addictive to me. So this one I just highly recommend for anyone that's newer to fragrance and you don't really know where to start. With all these vanillas that we have, especially in the niche world, start here, because if you love the smell of vanilla anything, I think that you would vibe with this one. Again, this one is TIHOTA from the house of Indult. Next up is going to be one of my more complex vanillas because I do love them straightforward, but I think I have a good mix here. This one is going to be the least safe blind buy on this list, and I say that because when you look at the notes, they're gonna scare you, okay? But I'm telling you, if you love vanilla, just give it a try. Just give it a try, because honey, when I tell you I was afraid to try Absolute Aphrodisiac, as soon as I got my decant and it hit my skin, I wanted a full bottle, okay? We didn't have to warm up to it. We didn't have to learn how to understand it. None of that, because this is very animalic, but it's done in a very wearable way. It really just gives it a sexy quality. That is all it's doing. I think that is literally why perfumers add those notes to scents. It is very sensual, sexual, carnal vibes, okay? That is what those notes bring to fragrances. And if you can do it in a way that is easy to wear, which I find to be an easy to wear animalic vanilla scent, it's just a masterpiece scent because it's very unisex. Let me put a little bit on my skin. It's very unisex, it's sweet. There is a very gorgeous resinous quality about it. You do have the little furry creatures mentioned, okay? We do have those. The castoreum is what makes it addictive. It is balanced so perfectly with these florals. You don't even know they're there, but they are there, lending it a softness to this fragrance that could have otherwise gone just in a really weird direction. You really needed something to balance out the sweetness, the resins, the vanilla, and the animalic notes, and they have done it so masterfully in this fragrance. If you have not explored the house of Initio, this is just a house that does niche in a very beautiful, wearable, classy way, but there is just something unique about everything that I've ever smelled from the house, where it's niche, but it's not weird. Niche can definitely get weird really quick, but they have found a way to do a truly animalic vanilla in a beautiful way. Try this one out. I cannot even wear this out in public at this point because the men were just going too crazy. So if you're looking for a sexy vanilla scent, especially for fall and winter, try this one out. It's not a loud scent, beautiful scent bubble, but I feel like that's kind of what it needs to be because this is sex in a bottle. That's what it is. So that's a date night fragrance, all right? So the next one I want to talk about is probably my favorite vanilla out of all vanillas in my collection, or that I've ever smelled, because if it's a vanilla that I've smelled and I love it, it's in my collection, I'm gonna buy it. I don't scrimp, I don't try to save on vanillas. If I love it, I'm buying it. I mean, it's my favorite note, so I can never have too many where I feel like everyone has, you know, notes that it's like, okay, I only need so many tobaccos, I only need so many rose scents. I would never say that about vanilla. So Vanille Planifolia by Guerlain is an extrait, and this extrait is truly extrating. So even though it's not gonna be super loud, I think this does extend beyond scent bubble, and the longevity, I would say, on this is eternal. I put this on the very first night I had it, and when I tell you I slept in so much delicious comfort, I cannot even describe to you the amount of comfort I got from this scent. And when I woke up the next morning, it was still wafting around all up and through the sheets. And that says a lot, because when you wear a scent to bed, you are tossing, turning the covers, and that stuff, it wears off really easily when you have all that going on, but not with this. Okay, you could still smell it on my actual skin when I woke up. So half the price point, but you're getting the quality. Guerlain does vanillas like nobody else. There's actually 2 Guerlains on this list, and I could not talk about this without talking about the next one we're going to discuss. But this one, it's got some really smooth spices. It is very resinous ambery. So it's like this syrupiness. It feels like a melted resins, okay? That's what you're getting. And it's sweet, it's unisex, and it is very heavy on the Guerlain vanilla. If you know their vanillas, you know what I'm talking about. There's a very particular way that they carry them out each and every time, and they are exquisite. They know how to make a masterpiece vanilla scent, and that is exactly what they gave us in this Vanille Planifolia extrait. Absolutely beautiful and absolutely a masterpiece in every sense of the word. Everyone that has bought this has just been like, worth it. It's a small bottle and it's $630 something. Blind buy for me. Only Guerlain would I have blind bought something at this price, but it was a vanilla and they didn't steer me wrong, and I have zero regrets, and I will repurchase it, absolutely. So next up is going to be a beautiful niche vanilla that is like under or right at 150 US dollars. So you can get niche, you can get 100 mils, you can get quality, you can get beast mode, you can get long wear for less than a designer fragrance. And we are talking about Bianco Latte by Giardini to Toscana. Definitely a vanilla gourmand that took the fragrance world by storm. I think the very first person I ever heard talk about this was Yummy on Instagram. And I feel like Anna made me actually go ahead and pull the trigger, just because, okay, Yummy, we got very, you know, gourmand similar taste. Anna, like, there are some gourmands we have in common, but she can definitely be like, okay, this is a little bit too sweet. Like, we have varying tastes for sure. So for them to both say I needed this, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna go ahead and get it. Masterpiece. And let me tell you why. This has so many sugary notes. You've got honey, you've got caramel, you're getting that. But there is just a level of complexity, but at the same time, simplicity to this that just makes it so easy to wear, but it's still a stunner. You're going to get so many compliments off this fragrance. You've got the coumarin note that does add that complexity to it, and it's really make or break for a lot of people. I feel like the honey in here doesn't make it wear like heavy weird. It is very lactonic to me, so I think also that's a make or break for this fragrance. It's definitely one you need to try. It is very substantial wearing. It can be too much for some people, but I really do love those milky, sweet, delicious sugary vanillas, and that is what this delivers. If you love caramel, you love honey, you love vanilla, you definitely need to give this one a try. Still to this day very hyped, even years after it was released, but I just feel like this is one where the hype is absolutely justified, and I love this fragrance. If you are looking for a more affordable alternative to this one, I highly recommend you check out Lattafa's Eclair, because they have matched the scent so beautifully. Not going to be the same beast mode wear, but it definitely gives you good performance, I would say, on the moderate side. And if you're talking about $40, I think one that is normally around, like I said, 150. So just keep that in mind. If I have a good alternative, I'm going to let you know about it in this video. So next up is going to be the other Guerlain, and this is Angelique Noir. this is my first green anything. It's definitely my first green vanilla. And even though I love scents like Ani green, it just has to be done a certain way. I did not like the new vanilla green one from Dries Van Noten. That is literally the greenest thing I've ever smelled, and I never care to smell that one again. Okay, it was giving frozen vegetable on my skin. Back to Angelique Noire. Noire is again masterfully done and created by Guerlain, and this is such a gorgeous, beautiful Angelica forward scent. I find that out of all the greens, out of your petitgrains, out of your, you know, just those really green scents, Divanas, I feel like Angelica is just the easiest to wear. There is a subtleness about the way the green wears once it starts to settle down on your skin, and Angelica is powdery. So typically it's not gonna be something sharp. Like petitgrain is very sharp, and you really have to watch the way you do that one. I don't find this one to be sharp at all, though some people still find that it wears too green on their skin. So I would definitely say try this first. I was scared to even try it. I'm so happy I did. It was more than a 2 ml, I think, maybe like a 5 ml vial that was purchased directly from Macari from an individual. As soon as I tried it on, it was just, I need it. I think the next day I purchased a full bottle, and it is absolutely one of the most stunning vanillas in my collection. So in addition to the vanilla, the Angelica, you also have caraway seeds, which adds to the complexity. You have a pear note done in a sweet, delicious way. And this has garnered me so many compliments. I cannot tell you, every time I put this on, someone's gonna comment on the way you smell. And I find that out of all of my Guerlains, I feel like this one has some of the better performance, because these are not beast mode scents normally, just depending on which ones you go for. But the Ars Materials, they do have more natural ingredients, so they're going to wear not as loud, and as beast mode is something with like 100 molecular notes. They don't wear like that, but this one I find has, say, beyond scent bubble, because a lot of people compliment me as I'm approaching, like further than arm's length so they can smell me. I do overspray it, but yeah, it's gonna give you great longevity. I can still smell this at the end of a day, and people are gonna smell it on you, and they're gonna compliment you. Guidance knocked this out of the #1 spot in my collection as far as compliments, but before Guidance entered my world, this was without a doubt my #1 complimented fragrance. So if you're looking for a beautiful, sensual, vanilla head turner date night, this is the one you need to check out. Again, Angelique Noire by Guerlain. Next up is going to be a gorgeous designer vanilla, and this is BABAYCAT by Yves Saint Laurent. And this is just the perfect time of year to bring this one out. So this is just so beautifully executed. This is very incense heavy. You've got to like incense to vibe with this. I feel like this is probably one of the more dominant incense fragrances that I own, but it's balanced so beautifully with these sweet vanilla, like resinous. You got a lot of Illumi in here. Again, another resin you have to vibe with, but that is really what it is. It's very resinous. It's spicy because you've got pink pepper, black pepper. So if you love spicy incense, but lots of vanilla, that is what BABAYCAT is. And it is becoming more accessible in the States because this was never released by YSL in the US. But they're gonna give us the candle. Make it make sense. Like, what is this thing y'all got about not releasing this fragrance for the US? I don't understand. However, if you're looking for an alternative to see if you would like it, you know, if you're not a sample decant person, because you can easily get samples of decants at Scent Split, try RIFAAQAT by Paris Corner first. If you want a full bottle experience, they smell very similar. Very similar. I just feel like this one wears maybe a little louder and heavier, even though it's not something I would necessarily say is heavy. Very resinous, but I just think that this is really, really close. So same notes, and it's gonna be about $40, okay? $40 for a very similar scent. If you love this, you're obsessed with it, you're like, oh my God, I need it, I wanna re-up, you might as well just go ahead and spring for the masterpiece version of it, all right? So BABAYCAT by Yves Saint Laurent is the masterpiece we're talking about here, but if you want an alternative, RIFAAQAT by Paris Corner is absolutely the way to go. Next up is going to be my first BDK that I really fell in love with. I have owned and decluttered BDKs in the past. It's just been a tough house for me, all right? But we are coming around to them slowly but surely. And this one was just a stone cold love at first sniff. This is Vanille Leather. This was a blind buy, and oh my God, this is syrupy sweet amber. as opposed to the amber and like a BABAYCAT. They're both very resinous, but this one, it's like you can literally envision the resins, the sap or whatever, just kind of falling down the length of the tree. That is the delicious vibe that you're getting from it. But it's not gonna give you gourmand. It's very sweet, it's very resinous, but it's like this syrupy quality to the amber components of this. But with that juiciness and syrupiness you got going on, you've got a juxtaposition of powdery. And so I find that those two come together and really give you something unique to the market, because you have purple florals that really stand out, but you also have the white florals that really stand out. So you're getting a very powdery, floral, resinous, sweet vanilla. Nothing in my collection quite like it, and it's like always kind of gloss over the leather part of it because that is so way deep down in the background. You will get a very slight hint of it, which just really gives it a sexy quality. Men go goo goo gaga over this when you put this on, overspray it, wear it at the house. It performs beautifully. This lasts all day on your skin and clothes, and it has amazing projection. So if you're looking for a great all year vanilla with some amberiness that's really gonna shine this time of year, especially when you're transitioning from that summer to fall or even fall to winter, like this is an all year beautiful vanilla scent with touches of leather and lots of amber. That's what it is, and I am obsessed with this beauty right here. Again, this one is vanilla leather, and this is from BDK. Last but certainly not least is one of the most beautiful, unique, magical lactonic vanillas in my collection, and it is none other than Blanche BETE. I have been talking about Blanche BETE so much on my channel since I got it, and that was years ago. And this is very milky. It's white floral, but not in a stark way because it has so much milkiness. Then you have some more creaminess from incense. You've got lots of moleculars like your mahonial and mystical notes that really make this thing project. When you smell this, you're not gonna think it's gonna be a beast of a scent, but this projects, and the sillage is insane on this scent. Doesn't smell like it would be, but you really don't even have to overspray this. I overspray it, but I'm crazy. But you might want to mind your sprays because it is very lactonic and the sillage is tremendous. So this is literally like white milk, white flowers, a dusting of cacao, tons of vanilla, and just a gourmand sweetness to it that is absolutely delicious. If you are looking for a unique vanilla to add to your collection, you love musk, you love ambrette, you love those feminine white florals, you love lactonic, you will probably love this scent. If you can't vibe with lactonics, please don't be going out here blind buying this. Try it first because it's easy to get a sample. Child, if it is easy to get a sample, why don't you just sample it first? Please do that. And I get it, like sometimes we still just want that rush of blind buys, but the only reason I'm blind buying something because it's fresh, new, like it ain't no sample available. If I can try it, I'm probably gonna try it because this is not nothing you want to just go out here and blind buy. But yeah, masterpiece. And if you want an alternative, try Her Confessions by Lattafa. But God, one of those beautiful vanillas in my entire collection, Blanche BETE by Liquide Imaginaire. All right, you guys, so that is our video for today. Please drop me a line below. Let me know fragrances that are vanilla and masterpiece at the same dang time. All right, I'm dying to know. Also, be sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you give the video a big thumbs up. Make sure notification bell is on, okay? Make sure you do those 3 things. It has been real. I love you all, YouTube, and I will catch you guys on the next one.